Let's look at fear. Let's go to Genesis 9 and 2. And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all the moveth upon the earth, and upon the fishes of the sea, and to your hand they are delivered. Let's go to chapter 15, verse 1. After these things the word of the Lord came to Abram in a vision, saying, Fear not, Abraham, I am thy shield, and thy exceeding great reward. Go to chapter 20, verse 11. And Abraham said, Because I thought, surely the fear of God is not in this place, and they will slay me for my wife's sake. Let's go to chapter 21, verse 17. And God heard the voice of the lad, and the angel of God called to Hagar out of heaven, and said unto her, What aileth thee, Hagar? Fear not, for God hath heard the voice of the lad where he is. Go to 26 and 24. And the Lord appeared unto him the same night, and said, I am the God of Abraham thy father. Fear not, for I am with thee, and I will bless thee, and multiply thy seed for my servant Abraham's sake. Go chapter 31, 42. Except the God of my father, the God of Abraham, and the fear of Isaac, have been with me, surely thou hast sent me away now empty. God hath seen my affliction and the labor of my hands, and rebuked thee yesternight. It's going down to 53. The God of Abraham, the God of Nahor, the God of their father, judges betwixt us. And Jacob swore by the fear of his father Isaac. So chapter 32, verse 11. Deliver me, I pray thee, from the hands of my brother, and from the hands of Esau, for I fear him, lest he will come and smite me, the mother with the children. So chapter 35, 17. And it came to pass, when she was in hard labor, that the midwife said unto her, Fear not, thou shalt have this son also. So chapter 42, 17 through 20. And he put them all together into ward 3 days. And Joseph said unto them the third day, Do this and live, for I fear God. If ye be true men, let one of your brethren be bound in the house of your prison. Go ye, carry corn for the famine of your household. But bring your youngest brother to me, so shall your words be verified, and ye shall not die. And they did so. Let's go to 43 and 23. And he said, Peace be to you, fear not. Your God and the God of your father hath given your treasures in your sacks. I had your money, and he brought Simeon out unto them. Let's go to chapter 46, 3 and 4. And he said, I am God, the God of thy father. Fear not to go down into Egypt, for I will there make thee a great nation, and I will go down with thee into Egypt, and I will also surely bring thee up again. And Joseph shall put his hand upon thine eye. Let's go to 51, 19 through 21. And Joseph said unto them, Fear not, for am I in the place of God? But as for you, ye thought evil against me, but God meant it unto good, to bring to pass, as it is this day, to save much people alive. Now therefore fear ye not, I will nourish you and your little ones. And he confronted them, and spoke kindly unto them. Let's go to Exodus, and we want 9 and 30. But as for thee and thy servants, I know that ye will not yet fear the Lord God. Go to 14, and we want 13. And Moses said unto the people, Fear ye not, stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will show to you today. For the Egyptians who ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. Go to 15 and 16. Fear and dread shall fall upon them. By the greatness of thine army they shall be as still as a stone, till thy people pass over, O Lord, till the people pass over, which thou hast pursued. Let's go to 18, 21, and 22. Moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people able men, such as fear God, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them, to be rulers over thousands, and rulers over hundreds, rulers over 50, and rulers over 10. And let them judge the people at all seasons. And it shall be that every great matter they shall bring unto thee, but every small matter they shall judge. So shall it be easier for thyself, and they shall bear the burden with thee. So chapter 20 and 20. And Moses said unto the people, Fear not, for God is come to prove you, and that his fear may be before your face, that ye sin not. So 23 and 27. I will send my fear before thee, and I will destroy all the people to whom thou shalt come, and I will make all thine enemies turn their backs unto thee. Go to Leviticus 19 and 3. Ye shall fear every man his mother and his father, and keep my Sabbath. I am the Lord your God. Let's go down to 14. Thou shalt not curse to death, nor put a stumbling block before the blind, but shalt fear thy God. I am the Lord. Let's go on down to 32. Thou shalt rise up before the hoary head, and honor the face of the old man, and fear thy God. I am the Lord. Let's go to chapter 25, and we want verse 17. You shall not therefore oppress one another, but thou shalt fear thy God, for I am the Lord your God. Let's go on down to 36. Take thou no usury of him, or increase, but fear thy God, that thy brother may live with thee. Let's go on down to 43. Thou shalt not rule over him with rigor, but shalt fear thy God. Let's go to Numbers. We want 14 and 9. Only rebel not ye against the Lord, neither fear ye the people of the land, for they are bread for us. Their defense is depart from them, and the Lord is with us. Fear them not. Let's go to 21 and 34. And the Lord said unto Moses, Fear him not, for I have delivered him into thy hands, and all his people and his land, and thou shalt do them as thou didst in Sihon, king of Amorites, which dwelt in Hebron. Let's go to Deuteronomy, and we want chapter 1 and verse 21. Behold, the Lord thy God hath set the land before thee. Go up and possess it, as the Lord God of thy father hath said unto thee. Fear not, neither be discouraged. Let's go to chapter 2, verse 25. This day I will begin to put the dread of thee and fear of thee upon the nations that are under the whole heaven, who shall hear reports of thee, and shall tremble, and be astonished because of thee. Go to chapter 3, verse 2. And the Lord said unto me, Fear him not, for I will deliver him, and all his people and his land, into thy hand, and thou shalt do unto him as thou didst in Sihon, king of the Amorites, which dwelt at Heshron. It's going down to 22. Ye shall not fear them, for the Lord your God, he shall fight for you. Let's go to chapter 4, 1, 8 through 10. And what nation is there so great that hath statutes and judgment so righteous as all the law which I set before you this day? Only take heed to thyself, and keep thy soul diligent. Lettest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest thou depart from thy heart all the days of thy life. But teach them thy son, and thy son's son, especially the day that thou stoodest before the Lord thy God in Hedron. And when the Lord said unto me, Gather me the people together, and I will make them hear my words, that they may learn to fear me all the days that they shall live upon the earth, and that they may teach their children. So chapter 5 and 129. Oh, that there was such an heart in them, that they would fear me, and keep my commandments always, that it might be well with them, and with their children forever. Go to 6 and 1 and 2. Now these are the commandments, the statutes, and the judgment, which the Lord your God commanded to teach you, that ye might do them in the land whither ye goeth to possess it, that thou mayest fear the Lord thy God, to keep all his statutes and commandments, which I command thee, thy son and thy son's son, all the days of thy life, and that thy days may be prolonged. Let's go down to 13. Thou shalt fear the Lord thy God, and serve him, and thou shalt swear by his name. Let's go down to 24. And the Lord commanded us to do all these statutes, to fear the Lord our God, for our good always, that he might preserve us life as it is at this day. Chapter 8 and 1, verse 6. Therefore thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, and to fear him. Let's go to chapter 10 and 1, verse 12. And now Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God, and walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. Let's go down to 20. Thou shalt fear the Lord thy God, with him shalt thou serve, and to him shalt thou cleave, and to swear by his name. Go to chapter 11, 125. There shall no man be able to stand before you, for the Lord your God shall lay the fear of you and the dread of you upon all the land that ye shall tread upon, as he has said unto you. Let's go to chapter 13, and we want 4. Ye shall walk after the Lord your God, and fear him, and keep his commandments, and obey his voice, and ye shall serve him, and cleave unto him. Let's go on down to 11. And all Israel shall hear and fear, and shall do no more any such wickedness as this is among you. Let's go to 14, 123. And thou shalt eat before the Lord thy God in the place which he shall choose to place his name there, the tithes of thy corn, and the wine, and of thine oil, and the firstlings of thy herd, and of the flock, that thou mayest learn to fear the Lord thy God always. Let's go to 17, 113. And all the people shall hear and fear, and do no more presumptuously. Let's go on down, 18 through 20. And it shall be, when he sitteth upon the throne of his kingdom, that he shall write him a copy of this law in a book out of that which is before the priests the Levites. And it shall be with him, and he shall read therein all the days of his life, that he may learn to fear the Lord his God, to keep all the words of this law and those statutes to do them, that his heart be not lifted up above his brethren, and that he turn not aside from the commandments to the right hand or the left, to the end that he may prolong his days in his kingdom, he and his children in the midst of Israel. Let's go to 19, and we want 20. And these which remain shall hear and fear, and shall henceforth commit no more any such evil among you. Let's go 21, 21. And all the men of his city shall stone him with stone, that he die. So shall you put evil away from among you, and all of Israel shall hear and fear. So chapter 28, 58 and 59. If thou wilt observe to do all the works of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear the gracious and the fearful name the Lord thy God, then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long continuance, and sore sickness, and of a long continence. Going down to 65 to 67. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the soles of thy foot have rest, but the Lord shall give thee a tempering heart, and a failing of eyes, and a sorrow of mind. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life. In the morning thou shalt say, Would God it were evening, and at the evening thou shalt say, Would God it were morning. For the fear of thy heart, wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thy eyes, which thou shalt see. Let's go to chapter 31, 6 through 13. Be strong and of good courage, fear not, nor be afraid of them, for the Lord thy God, he it is that doeth go with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. And Moses called unto Joshua, and said unto him in the sight of Israel, Be strong and of good courage, for thou must go with this people unto the land which the Lord hath sworn unto their fathers to give them, and thou shalt cause them to inherit it. And the Lord, he it is that doeth go before thee. He will be with thee. He will not fail thee, neither forsake thee. Fear not, neither be dismayed. And Moses wrote this law, and delivered it to the priests and the sons of Levi, which bore the ark of the covenant of the Lord, and unto all the elders of Israel. And Moses commanded them, saying, At the end of every 7 years, in the solemnity of the year of release, in the feast of tabernacles, when all Israel is come to appear before the Lord thy God in the place which he shall choose, thou shalt read this law before all of Israel in their hearing. Gather the people together, men, women, and children, and thy strangers that is within thy gates, that they may hear, and that they may learn, and fear the Lord your God, and observe to do all the words of the law, and that your children, which have not known anything, may hear and learn to fear the Lord your God, as long as ye live in the land, whether ye go over Jordan to possess it.